What's up, YouTube? Pass the buck. So I wanted to do this little informational video because most of the stuff that I do, I generally only talk about guitars and amps and things that are concerned with that because I am a luthier. But I want to give you guys, I don't know, I guess a little tip or trick or insightful information that I have used over the years, and some really good products to use instead of buying like abalone or mother of pearl or something like that, which is actually exceedingly it's getting higher and higher in price. So sometimes you gotta, you know, think outside the box. And on some of my upcoming videos of some of my builds, you'll see that not all the guitars that I'm going to be building will have real mother of pearl or real abalone in it. I'm going to be trying some different things that I've used in the past. And it's really not that it's cheap to do, but it's a lot less uh, in overall cost when you're doing multiple items and multiple inlays. And let me show you what that is. So I use jewelry epoxy. This brand here is ice resin, they call it. It's a two-pot epoxy. And this brand here is Armor Art. They're both really good epoxies. They're jewelry epoxy, so they get real hard. But it's not like a 5-minute two-pot epoxy. It usually takes 24 hours for it to set. And then I usually allow another 24 hours before, I sand it or buff it out or whatever have you. Depending on what I'm making, whether I'm making something jewelry, I'm making a separate inlay piece, or I'm actually doing inlay work, say on a headstock or a body or, something of that sort. So these two products I've used over the years, and I found them to be very good products. I haven't had any issues with both of them. Another thing that I want to interest you guys in, and maybe some of your upcoming builds, or maybe you have some guitars that you just want to do some inlay work or make it pretty, but you want it to last. This is Starbond. Now, Starbond sells different types of epoxies. There's only two types of epoxies that, super glues that I use. Sorry, not epoxies, but super glues. And you can color your super glue. I didn't know if you guys knew that or not, but not all pigments work good with it. But if you use a pigment that comes from that brand, then it has been tested and it's stable in whatever you use. Now, I use this in both epoxy from these brands, and I use it with a super glue, and it works really well. And you can do all kinds of different things with this. Now, this kit in particular, they sell, I believe it's 3 different types of kits that you can buy. I think there's like a black or red, black, red, green, and blue set. And then there's this set, which is purple, orange, pink, and yellow. And I believe there's another set. I can't really recall offhand what it is, but let me show you. So inside of here, let me open this up. This is a new box I just got in. I had another box, but I couldn't find it. So if you buy these individually, they cost more. So I know this is probably a lot for most of you to buy, but this is the best way to buy it. And the great thing is you can do all kinds of things. And maybe you're interested in making some pendants or maybe some tie-dye type of merchandise. I mean, it can be used for just about anything. You can use it, like I said, for super glue, or you can use it when you're using jewelry epoxy or just regular epoxy. Maybe you want to do something special. Now, so in this box, as you can see, there's your mica powder, and we have orange, and we have the pink, and we have the purple. So, you got yellow, pink, orange, purple. Now, you can mix some of these together and make yourself a swirl pattern, and you'll have to, test that out for yourself. What I suggest is when you're making swirl patterns and you're combining the different colors, especially with epoxy, is you want to do 4 separate epoxy layouts. So uh, you'll set up one 2-part set, another 2-part set, another 2-part set, and another 2-part set. And then individually you'll sprinkle a little bit of each color until you find the tint that you want. And then what you'll do is you'll slowly mix them together in whatever, wavy pattern that you want. And how you can do that is depending on how you're going to use it, whether you're going to use it for jewelry or inlay work. Now, when you're doing inlay work and you're using epoxy, take into consideration if you want those waves and swirls, you're going to have to do it at a very small level. So I suggest, toothpicks when you're doing inlay work. Like, say, instead of your fret markers, instead of putting trapezoids in or putting squares in, or maybe your abalone or mother of pearl dots in, and you're going to use it in place of it, work with it separately first. Drill a hole in a separate piece of wood and work with it. And then you'll figure out exactly how much of each that you'll need if you're doing a swirl pattern, especially when you're doing it for the dot size markers. But it works really good. It's a good set. Like I said, it's not overly expensive, but you're going to invest because you're buying a whole pack. Now, I believe they sell these individually, but they cost more individually. That's why I buy them in a big set like this. And I'm going to be having some upcoming projects that I'm building a few guitars, and so I need these colors for some of the upcoming projects that I'm doing. But that's just another way of doing it. Like, you could set yourself out trapezoids. So you could cut yourself some trapezoid, like out of cardboard, or make your pattern out of cardboard or wood or whatever, and then you can put the epoxy, and then later on you can just sand it off to the size that you want. If you're making block inlays or whatever it may be, maybe you're making dragons or whatever, and then all you have to do is sand the outer edges later on. There's all kinds of strange things that you can do, that you can make. And I just wanted to bring it to your attention because I know, sometimes people like to think outside the box and use different types of products. And not everybody knows the different types of products that, luthiers and guitar repairmen and, things of that sort, they actually use in their shops. Well, as you can see, this has been around a while. But it's getting kind of low. These guys are too. There's not very much there. I use this a lot when I'm doing inlay on headstocks. That's what I use that for. Or if I'm doing, trapezoids or square block inlays, and I'm doing something special like a combination of different materials, then I use this. It works really well, and it wears hard. So, anyways, I hope this was helpful to you guys. Sometimes you got to think outside the box, especially when you're trying to make new builds and create new different styles of guitar layouts. People like different. Some people are just traditional. They just like plain Jane. And then there's other people that like something a little different, something outside of the box. And so, anyways, I hope it was helpful. Take care. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. Pastor Bob, and I'm out of here. See ya.